Hi, this is Pat Stone, host of The Pat Stone Show on Bright Sky Radio. Wily Bo Walker is a solo artist, songwriter, composer, and performer, noted for his characterful vocals and swaggering live performances. Hailing originally from Glasgow, Scotland, he is also the frontman with Rattlin and the Mescal Troubadours, and works across many styles of genres, such as blues, rock, soul, swamp, alternative, and jazz. We are very fortunate that he has been able to find the time off his very busy schedule to talk with us on the phone from his home in London, England, giving us the opportunity to talk about the release of his new mini-album with Karina Kay called A Long Way from Heaven, which was released January of 2015. Wily Bo Walker and his Mescal Canyon Troubadours are also currently recording their debut album, Tales of the Mescal Canyon Troubadours, due out for release sometime later this year. In addition to all this, Wily Bo Walker is preparing his one-man blues swamp and stomp show, Welcome to Vaudeville, with its own accompanying CD. As you can see, his schedule plate is quite full. And we're very lucky and honored to have him on the phone right now. Hello, Wily. Thank you so much for taking the time and calling us.
You're welcome, Pat. My pleasure. Good to speak with you.
Oh, thank you. I've been wanting to meet you and talk to you for quite some time, so I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, we've been emailing and just trying to get things together, but finally it's happened. So, yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, well, I know you're really, really busy, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I know, Wily, that you're the frontman for several bands.
Okay, well, my two main bands are Rattlin Bone and the other one's the Mescal Canyon Troubadours. Rattlin Bone is kind of a New Orleans blues. It's a New Orleans funeral marching band. So it's based really around my vocal and trombones. There's a lot of trombones in this. So it's a real New Orleans sound that we get, and it's a big band. It can vary between 12 to 18 people on stage at a time. So a big sound, great fun, more geared up for festivals really. And I did do an album with Rattlin Bone called The Life and Death of a couple of years ago, which was very well received. And I'm writing another album for that outfit. And the other band that I'm involved in is a band called the Mescal Canyon Troubadours, who are kind of my backing band. It's kind of more rocky blues, and it's a smaller band, electric blues band, 5-piece. Keyboards, guitar, drums, bass, and myself on vocals. And goes down well, has a good amount of energy, a couple of young guys in the rhythm section who are phenomenal really, and having a lot of fun with that, and I'm currently recording an album called Tales of the Mescal Canyon Troubadours, which are a whole lot of stories really that I've put to music, and that'll be out later this year. But I've got other things on the go. I've got I do my solo thing where I just go out my guitar and sing, and I also do a duo called the Blue Valentines that I play around London. So
I was going to ask you about that, because I know that you do like a duet or you team up with your backup singer.
Yeah, she's an artist in her own right, really, Karina Kay, and we work very well together. So she's done some marvelous backing vocals for me, and we do a thing called the Blue Valentines, where we just go out together and have some fun. Really, it's not a serious sort of artistic endeavor. It's more just us going out and playing some songs live. So it's I said it's good. It's good fun, and people do like it. She wouldn't be like to be referred to just as a backing singer. She is, as I said, she is an artist in her own right, and she has her own albums and stuff in the pipeline. So
Well, that's good to know. I mean, I know I've seen her. The reason I think I got confused and called her a backup singer is because I've seen your videos where you have several women that are
Sure, yeah,
acting as backup singers, and I think I've seen
she is. Yeah,
Karina
yeah,
there.
she manages the other girls as well. So she puts together the arrangements. You know, she's a very talented. She puts together all the the backing vocal arrangements and operates that. So that takes it out of my hands. So she's in charge of all that. So yeah, in that regard, yeah, she does work in backing vocalist scenario, but really, I don't consider her just as a backing vocalist. She is
Uh,
she's a great singer, a great artist.
yeah, she's got a really
She
beautiful
has,
voice.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now, does she also sing with Rattling Bone and Mescal Canyon Troubadours?
Well, yeah, well, those two are kind of more. She does. Now we've all said that she does mainly backing vocals in those two bands. She comes along and helps me out with those ones. But she's got her own band. On occasion I'll get up and sing with them as well. So it's kind of we just like to help each other out. Really, we work
Right,
well
right.
together. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've heard your music with all
Mm.
three groups, with Rattling Bone and Mescal Canyon Troubadours, and of course
The Blue Valentines.
the Blue Valentines. Right. I guess that would keep you pretty busy then, having three different bands that you not only perform, but I would imagine you also manage them,
I
right?
do. I manage. I write the songs. I record. I produce up the albums, the work as well. So yeah, I do keep myself busy, Pat. I'm kind of one of these guys that I have to be busy, and music is the thing that that drives me. I just don't stop. If
Yeah.
I'm not writing or recording or performing, I'm out watching other bands play, and I just get such a buzz out of that. So so many great musicians out there at the moment that it's just it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's a great time to see musicians because I think um, although there's not the sort of big money in music anymore, there is that independent scene where people are out there, and it's music is more readily available. Um, and I've discovered some wonderful artists, with stations like yourself, that play all these up and coming bands, and I'll go and see any if they're in London, and it's kind of it's good, it's kind of it's good in one way, and I think in the other way, kind of the other side of the coin is there isn't the money that's invested in music anymore, so it's kind of a bit sad that a lot of the people that are doing wonderful things don't get recompensed. I think a lot of the gigs, they don't pay a lot of money, or if you're on Spotify, you get a percentage of a penny or a cent per stream. So it's kind of yeah. I think there's so much love in the music, and I think that's the thing that I've seen. People do it more now for the love of it because yeah,
Right.
which is what I do. I mean, I do it because I'm just driven.
Now, do you play usually just around London area, or do you tour around England or other
I do,
countries?
yeah. England, obviously, I come from Scotland, so I like to go back up there. And Europe is another place that I go over. I took Rattlin Bone over there, which was great fun. Um, and at the moment, I'm looking at I've got a couple of connections over in the States, and I'm looking to
Oh,
try
wow.
and arrange something to come over that way. But because a lot of my music, I've been working with a bunch of guys from New York actually. They the horn section specifically have worked on not the album that's going to be coming out in May, but on a couple of previous albums, and it would be great just to come over and maybe do a few gigs over in the States. So I'm looking into that at the
Uh,
moment. So
that'd be fantastic. Now, is New Orleans going to be one of those places you're thinking about stopping
it would
by?
be it's on my list. It's kind of everybody's got the wish list of of places that I'd
Yeah.
love to play. But yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
you know, I'd love to do that. But
I love that music, that style of music that you play with the rattling bones. It's you know, I love New Orleans, so you know,
it's a place I've
what is there not to love about it, right?
well, I've never been. You see, I've been to a lot of places in the States, just you know, traveling around, not playing. But never have made it down to New Orleans. So you know, that's on my I'd say bucket list. That's on my list of places to visit and you know, to check out all the music that goes on there. And of course, you know, the Austins and the Nashvilles and all these kind of hubs
Right.
of musical.
Right, right. Now, earlier, I mean, you just mentioned about your most recent album. Then I think what is it called? The Tales of the Mescal Canyon Troubadours.
I'm working on that one. That will be released later in the year. That is a story. A kind of a. I tend my songwriting style tends to be storytelling in a way. So yeah, with the Mescal Canyon Troubadours, as I said, it's kind of it's a funky blues, rocky kind of feel, and that's the album I'm currently recording in the studio at the moment. So watch this
Right.
space for the release date. That will be out sometime later this year.
Now, even though it's not released yet, we're going to be playing one of the tracks off of that album, right? Called Motel
No,
Blues.
that's off, not from the Mescal Canyon Troubadours album. It's off an album that I'm doing. I release solo stuff as well, and this is a collaboration with a guitarist that I've worked with many times over the years. A guy called E.D. Brayshaw. Ed is his name, and he's a really talented musician. And we get together, you know, every now and then, put together some songs. And this album that will be out on the 22nd of May is called Stone Cold Beautiful, and Motel Blues is from that album. So
Okay, okay. And that song is going to be released the 22nd of May.
22nd of May, yeah. So it's already up on iTunes for pre-ordering. I don't know if they stream it on iTunes, but you know, I'll give you some links to my site where you can maybe stream one or two songs prior to it being officially released. So.
What's your website?
It's wilybo.com, so it's WILYBO.com.
WileyBoat.com.
Yeah.
All right, so then Motel Blues is the song we're going to play right now, so that everybody, you know, can have a chance to listen to it. That is,
Yeah.
and that's the one that we're very fortunate because it's not yet been released.
Not yet. No, it's you. This is from the new album, and yeah, and I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, cool. Here it is, Motel Blues.
In this town, television shuts off at 2. What can a lonely rock and roller do? Beds so big, the sheets are clean. Your girlfriend said you were James Dean. A styrofoam ice bucket full of ice. Come up to my motel room and treat me nice. I don't wanna make no late night New York calls. I don't wanna stare at these ugly grass-matted walls. Chronologically, I know you're young, 'cause when you kiss me in the club, you bit my tongue. Well, I'll write a song for you, put it on my next LP. Come up to my motel